Hello, and welcome back to my studio. I'm Julie, the girl with a brush, and I have split this video, so this is part 2. I will put part 1 linked below, and at the end of the part 1 video, I had put the covers on this accordion journal. I did not make the entire journal. I had the pages already made, but I decorated it and did the covers on the first video, and it really needed to dry because things tend to move and the paper shrinks and expands and all of that because I used a lot of water. So I have put it all back together, and I talked a little bit in that video about you know, if you need to add a page or if you would like to make it smaller and what to do. Well, I was having so much fun getting paint all over myself that I neglected to count. It also may be that I counted incorrectly because I'm an English teacher and I don't do math. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 pages. I thought that I had 16 or 18 because you need an even number, because look where my cover is. So I grabbed some packing paper from Amazon. It could be anything. Actually, it doesn't really matter what it is, but I grabbed that, and I've got a few scraps from yesterday that I could do something with. And so what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to take a little bit of matte gel medium, and I am going to take this brown paper and these little pieces, and I'm gonna kind of glue some stuff together here, and just some texture, some excitement, so that it's not necessarily all the exact same paper. I don't know how tall. Let's see how tall we need to be. Oh, we're actually tall enough there. So I don't even need that part. So I can come down over here and put this here. And the other thing, I'll brush that out. The other thing about this that is also good. Let's turn. Oh, no, I guess we'll leave it there, but we'll overlap it a little. Whoops. The other thing that's good about this is I'm gonna put some paint and sprays and do a little decorating on this. I am struggling with this slippery guy. Okay. Look at it. Just keeps moving. Okay. Make sure I have just one there. Sometimes I put those down and they stick together, and the first time you brush it, the top one comes off and the bottom one stays, which is not a bad thing. Okay, so there's that. And then I have this strip that was old graph paper or ledger. I think this was a ledger that I painted. So there we go. All right. So this is not a very big piece, but it's going to do the job. And basically, I'm going to go through and do a lot of what I did yesterday really quick so that we have this. This is some gesso. And put that back down. A card. I'll scrape some gesso. Since it's two-sided, we'll do that. And we'll peel it apart, and it's sticking, it's pulling the music off, and I'm okay with all of that. And this came off. Look at it, it left a mark. So that's a cool mark. So let's just take this and put it down here. I'll kind of tap it. All right. I'm going to dry it a little bit. All right, I dried that a little bit. And now I'm just going to make marks and do some things to this to decorate it. I'm going to decorate both sides because I have a double-sided journal. And any of this that I don't use for putting this additional page in that I'm adding, I will use on a tag or a pocket or anything that I decide to add to it. And do these dots. This is Laid Back Lilac Dilutions spray. Bit of that. Little water. And I'm gonna flip it over. And here we go. Put some of that down. Ooh, that was a good one. And I'm going to flip it again. And see what I can do back here. Get some of that off. And there we go. Clean the stencil. And if some of it comes off on here, it's okay. Remember, before you put this away, make sure that you wipe that little tip. And I think I want this color. This is crushed grape. And this big flower stencil that is just yummy. There's no such thing as too much. Okay, let's see. Ooh, yeah, that's really nice. And actually, I'm going to set this aside for a moment. And here is my journal. I am going to lay this down on here because I don't have a place on that other paper, I did something different on each side. So there we go. And move this aside, let it dry. And then on here, I'm gonna wipe. Like I said, if some of it gets on there, it's okay. And then I clean these when I'm finished. I know some people don't clean their stencils. I like to clean my stencils. Okay, so there's some of that. The only thing that I haven't done are some drips. So, put some. This brown paper might not drip like some of the smoother papers. You'll see it's kind of stuck, and that's okay. This is a little security envelope, and the music paper, that'll drip a little more. And this is that black Stabilo. Oh, I'm just gonna sharpen it. I feel like I need something there. Wet that. Got that going on. I think that's pretty good. I guess I could put some drips maybe here. Let's see. There we go. Okay. I'll wipe a little bit of that up. All right. I'm going to dry this, and then I will come back. Okay. So here is my paper, and I could have decorated this after it was in the book. I could have just added paper and not worried about it, but I'm going to bring this back in, and this is the way it's going to go, I decided. And what we're going to do, and I talked a little bit about this yesterday, if you had, you know, something that you wanted to add a page or you wanted to take a page out, and kind of how I do that. Now, the way that I do it is I pick a page, and I usually split the page in the middle. So I'm going to split this page in the middle. But before I do that, because I really need one more page, before I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of measure. This is one page and a little extra. So let's go over. My fold is here, so that's kind of what I'm using, and here. And it didn't tear straight because it's wet. I don't care. There we go. Okay. So now I'm just going to tear this. And you can do it with a ruler if you feel comfortable. Let's see, that's pretty. This is just purple, so let's do this. And for this, I'm just going to use some art glitter glue. And I'm going to stick this one on here pretty good. And I try to get it pretty straight, but there we go. Okay, and then this extra little stuff I can glue down. That's the, oh, I was trying to figure out why that was doing that. That's the little paper lace doily. Okay. And, you know, as you're working in the book, if you have little edges popping up, I just use a little bit of glue or a glue stick to do that. All right, so now what we're going to do, flip this because this side I know is dry. We're going to fold this, and then we have this fold. And now we're going to fold here because this is about where my fold is going to be. I just don't want it past the edge of my book. Sorry if my head was in there. Okay, and I'm going to straighten it a little bit. All right, and up here, got a little bit sticking up. There we go. All right. Then I'm going to take this. Oh, and I did I not leave enough? I probably didn't leave enough. Okay. See, I was so excited about showing you this. All right. And there we go. All right, we're going to have to flip it. Now we need another piece. So this is just trial and error. This is not, I'm going to use this piece that doesn't have as much color and stuff on it to be my glue, because what's there? There we go. It's not rocket science, obviously. All right, and then the other thing that I'm doing, or that you saw me do, is I originally had this going this way, but now I'm going to have to flip it upside down. And the reason for that is that this is going to have to fold like this so that it closes on the book like this. Okay, and it's okay to, like, you know, test it and all of that kind of thing. Otherwise, you could spend the rest of your life ripping pages like I have just done. So we're going to let's see. I like the way this ripped edge looks, so we're just gonna put some glue along this edge. I don't know how far in, but I'm kind of making a line. All right, and making sure we're going the right way. And I want to make sure you can see this. So see this fold? This fold needs to rest on the edge of where that pages. Let me put this down and then I'll turn it so that you can see it. And remember when I told you that these water-soluble things will smear? They will. It's okay. All right. So what I have done is I've just, you know, lined that up on the edge. And so now, this is a little wet. I'm going to put this page right in here. There we go. So we've got, we've got our book. And, you know, when I folded it, I didn't really pick an up or a down necessarily. I just wanted up and down for the cover. I tried to get my two covers, but now my back cover has been flipped because of what I did. So I can flip the whole thing over or do something different with the cover, because remember I wanted to maybe put a pocket on the outside to cover up that yellow. But here we go. And you know, if you feel like you need some color here, because there's not enough color other places. Sorry. you can take some more sprays. I mean, obviously, I'm going to decorate this journal. I'm going to do some other things in here, but I can just take my finger and do that. I can take this Stabilo and I can do that in a couple places. And as I start to go into the journal and work on it, I'll also do some of these kinds of things to make things cohesive. And you can carry it across to the other page. One of the things that I really love about accordion journals is that when you are working in them, so that's the back, okay, here's the front. When you're working in them, like, you know, well, I think I'm gonna put some fun paper here, but you know, these 2 pages could be a spread, or this page and a half, or these 3 pages, or sometimes, you know, I've stopped it like halfway because there's a line, or there is, you know, this, I want this paper to have a certain focal point. I want a journal just here, and then this is a different something. So you have a lot of flexibility with this journal. That's one of the things that I really like. So one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of plastic and I'm going to glue it over the window on that security envelope, the one that I melted. And this is, you can see, this is a jelly plate stencil. And just and what I might do, a lot of times, you know, I come back and I put some scraps of paper around the edge where the plastic is. But there we go. Now we have plastic on the window and some glue, but you know, the glue will dry clear. Can't even see it. And now I've got my window back. So that's really good. The other thing is that these, for instance, I will take those and I will make things with them that can go in the journal. So for instance, this is a scrap of paper. And if you want to be really precise and use a paper cutter or something, you totally can. I just usually eyeball things. And there we go. We got a tag. And you can take this paper and glue it on here. You can wrap it around if you want it two-sided. The other thing is, see how I have this little piece? Sometimes I just put this little piece, either side, put this little piece on here, you know, and you can make a little cluster. I have this little piece of music paper. So you can do all kinds of things with that extra little scrap of paper. And if you really wanted to, I made the accordion journal and then I decorated it. You can also decorate a bunch of pages and then make the accordion journal with the decorated pages, and then the extra pages that you have, you can, you know, use for this kind of stuff. But can just keep adding things to this. And then this is my crocodile. Can punch a hole. And I have little grommets and I have purple ribbon. So, you know, you can do all kinds of things with this little extra paper. And I've got some other purple stamps and buttons and things that I'll probably get out and add to this. I didn't put a grommet. Oh, I ripped it. I'm going to put a grommet. I'll put a grommet in there and then I won't pull it too hard. But anyway, there you go. And now you got a tag. I can decorate some things. All right. The last thing that I want to do is, I like that music paper there actually, but I don't love this. I was going to put some pretty paper on this end, but I think that I might put a pocket or do something a little different. This is a really cute little flower pad. Let's see if there's anything in here that talks to me. Well, that's kind of fun. I don't know if those are the exact colors. Okay, I've got this card. And I think, gosh, both sides are so pretty. Okay, this is the David Austin Rose catalog. That's pretty. This is very pretty. So, let me see, I've got another one. You can go online and you can request a catalog. And it is just a beautiful catalog. Look at that. I love that. And I use these, I use them up every year. I like that one. Let's see. Let's make some decisions here. That orange is beautiful. And the front of this is so pretty. I'm going to do the front of that catalog. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. want to be able to use part of it again. So, how high up? If I do that. Okay, here we go. Do is I'm gonna tear. Now I want to go around this rose that I just kind of tore, and I want to go around this one. Like that. And I'm going to make a pocket, like a little tuck space technically. So I'm just putting glue on these two corners that were the corner of the magazine and gluing them here. And then I have a place where I can tuck things. So once I fix my tag that I ripped, I can tuck things back there. And I like to have a tuck spot in the back of these because if you find something that really talks to you that you want to save to put in your journal, then you can just tuck it back here in the pocket. And then when you get ready to make your journal, you have all of your things that are saved to them. So, okay. So, instead of, I often put some beautiful paper, but this is even prettier. And I might put a word there. Sorry, I have these little drawers to the left of me, and that's the sound that you're hearing. I think let's do this. Let's just do beautiful. I like that. And of course I grabbed the clear. That was a glaze pen. Clear. So there'll be some like shiny something. There we go. Now I got glaze pen here. Gotta let it dry. There it goes. Just wanted something around it. There, scratches. That's fine. Makes it stand out a little. Okay, so here is the book. It is finished. It is ready. And I have decided that I'm going to use this book for Messy May. So the first prompt was coming home, and you were supposed to choose papers that made you feel like home and compile them into a journal. So I'm a few days behind. I'm gonna get caught up here, and I've printed my prompts, and I will also tuck the prompts in the back of this journal so that I have it. The other thing that I had mentioned is putting a ribbon to possibly close this. I haven't decided. I'm gonna wait to see how chunky it gets, and then I may do it then. So I will continue to work on this, and then I'll do a flip through, or maybe I'll do a journal entry or two and combine them in a video, and I can do a flip through at the end of the month. But it's lovely. It's just lovely. So thank you for joining me again, and thank you for watching me fix my mess. I hope that you learned something. And if you did learn something or you found value, I would appreciate it if you would like or subscribe in the comments, and watch a few more of my videos, because this makes me happy, and I love watching what other people do. So hopefully you've gotten something out of this. So it's your turn to go make something. So go and grab your brush.